In a move that has stunned the fashion world, Rick Owens has officially banned all fur products from future collections. It's the end of an era, folks. There was a 5-day animal rights protest, and Rick Owens has officially announced the fur is over. Now, we're going to talk about what that means, why it happened, how it happened. There was an animal rights group that did like a 5-day protest that pretty much caused this. We'll get into what Rick Owens actually said. Also, if you have some Rick fur or like the boots, the Doc Martin collab, or a furry vest or a fur coat, you might want to hang on to that, homie, because they'll never make fur at Rick Owens again. So I feel like the value of your product has now at least doubled, if not tripled, because it'll never be made again. Oh, snap, my do-rag falling off. That ain't culture. That's crazy. And there you have it. This do-rag ain't shit. What in the hell? What type of stream is this, bro? I'm trying to stream, and a nigga do-rag just completely unravels. That's how Satan will tempt you, bro. Products may have doubled or tripled in value because they'll never make that again. Now, is it socially unacceptable to wear? Because Rick Owens said we don't believe in that anymore. We're not going to push fur anymore because it's unethical. And then you out here in some furry-ass Rick boots. So, you know what I mean? Is somebody going to throw blood on you, bro? We going to get into it. I don't know about that. I tend to lean on the side of the animal rights people, bro. I know that sounds like annoying and whatever, but because I will eat a Chick-fil-A sandwich on you, like, immediately. Matter of fact, it's early right now in Nashville, Tennessee. Just thinking about just saying Chick-fil-A just now make me want that chicken biscuit with the cheese and the egg, bro. That's the only place I'll get the folded egg from. The folded egg is criminal most of the time. I never want a folded egg because I don't know what the hell that is, but if Chick-fil-A folded, bro, I'm with that. Now, after I eat Chick-fil-A, if you show me a vegan documentary about chickens getting touched and molested, I'm not going to like that, homie. And I mess around and go vegan for 2 years after that. I've done it before. I watched Cowspiracy, and I couldn't eat a burger for years, brother. So we're going to get into the story of what happened. How could a 5-day protest actually, bring Rick Owens to saying we're not ever doing that again? We're going to get into how that happened. But I'm going to tell you right now, brother, this video, I'm leaning towards them. Now, unless I see, there are some people that say this is an attack on creative freedom for the designers, saying that they can't use, the products that they want to use. And when does progression kind of stifle creativity? And so there's that point. I don't really agree with that because I don't think you have to kill a beaver to put some draws on. I just think it's unfair, especially if we get reincarnated and then I'm a beaver, you know what I mean? And I'm chilling, having sex with my beaver wife, and somebody walk up on me and just take my skin off me and, and make a G-string. It's just, I find it disrespectful. But let's get into it, man. Rick Owens, this is an end of an era. Who is CAFT? CAFT is the animal rights group that, and it's a small group. It's the animal rights group that did a 5-day protest. We're going to get into it, but they was applying pressure. You hear me? They pulled up on somebody. Let me look at my notes. They pulled up on somebody who works for Rick Owens at the airport and was like pretty much, hey, man, stop doing this. You know how they do. They turn up on you. That's the last activist you want to walk up on, bro. The LGBT activists, you probably wouldn't want to offend them. A black activist would probably choke you out for sure. You know about that, but an animal activist, bro, it's like, I don't know where they get the bucket of blood that they throw on people. Like, nobody ever asked them that. You know what I mean? So it's like the fact that a nigga just found some blood and then put it in a bucket and then drove with it in his car, probably had to seatbelt it because you don't want blood in the whip. You know what I mean? So this nigga's had a bucket of blood, brother. And see, the animal activists, they hit a little different. So a lot of y'all say, I don't care about no animal activists, bro. Okay. When somebody walk up on you with a bucket of blood and you want a white fur tee or something, see if you got that same energy, bro. I doubt it. If you're a smart man, you get the hell out the way, bro, because they mess around, throw that thing on you. Now what? Now even if you do fight them, you got blood on you. You thinking, whose blood is this? But all right, that's enough blood talk. Pause. That's not even a pause, but it just feels weird. You know what I mean? Okay, CAFT is the organization that did this. It's a decentralized, volunteer-run collective with no central headquarters. They specialize in high-intensity pressure campaigns. Let's get into it. It said Rick Owens is their 18th major victory since 2020. So they've been cooking up campaigns since 2020. This is their 18th victory. Apparently, Vogue folded in October 2025 after a 9-month campaign by CAFT. New York Fashion Week went fur-free in December 2025 because of CAFT. Hearst Magazine, I never heard of them, but shout out to y'all. They committed to a ban just days before the Rick Owens campaign. And CAFT says their goal is to make selling fur so socially and logistically expensive that brands quit just to regain their peace. So they're applying pressure. And honestly, bro, I know people can find them annoying because, like, if you go to a fashion show and you got that shit on and you vibing and you see some white girl with no shirt run out there with a sign and she's ruining the show and she's screaming and crying, yes, that is annoying, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm in there with my girl and we drinking, or a wife now, I'm married. You know what I mean? I'm so used to saying girl. But I got that gold on me now. But anyway, if I'm vibing with my people at this fashion show off them drinks and a naked white girl with a bush, they always got a bush in the arm hair. But when they run out there with a sign that says no fur, that'll ruin the vibe. But sometimes it's important to ruin the vibe. You know what I mean? If you were Thanksgiving dinner and you say, hey, Uncle Lester touched me. Nobody want to hear that, bro. But you got to say it, bro, because it's like, how long he been getting away with that? We're going to have to find Lester. I didn't know that. We should have known when his name was Lester that he was with that, but if the family missed it, but sometimes you got to bring that up. So anyway, I digress. Let's see what happened. How did they do this? Let's see. It took 5 days. Okay, CAFT officially named, this is December 10th, right? This is the day one. CAFT officially names Rick Owens their top target. You never want to be that on anybody's list. CAFT officially names Rick Owens their top target. They label his use of fur archaic and a contradiction of his punk brand values. Now, they said they hit with simultaneous protests. They hit Rick Owens' flagship stores in London, L.A., and New York City. Activists entered showrooms and disrupted business as usual. I'm probably going to have to just play that right here. Let's see. So they're interrupting. They disrupted business as usual, going to these shows, messing them up. Now, there were some personal confrontations as well, which I found hilarious and pretty effective. The activists tracked down Owens Corp CEO. I guess that's Owens Corp. I guess that's who owns. I don't know. Daniela Soto Beltran on the streets of NYC. They caught him on the streets. So see, that's a little scary, the fact that they know where he at, but I mean, I guess maybe he's making it public where he at. Maybe he posted on his story, I'm finna be walking down the street, and then these vegans was like, let's go get that man, because I don't like how he move. So anyway, they pulled up on bro in the streets, right? Then the supporters confronted Rick's lead model and collaborator, Tyrone Dillon, at the Air France Lounge in LAX. So where did they find Tyrone Dillon at? He sound like a black man. They found Tyrone. Tyrone probably ain't had nothing to do with that, bro. He just a model. You know what I mean? Like, I get it, bro, but what Tyrone got to do with this, man, bro? He didn't make the fur. All bro do is probably hit the gym. He probably got a mean facial routine or something. He get his toes done. I don't know what these models be doing, bro. But he probably just going to the airport. I don't know what they ran down on him. What else? They bumped down on him in LAX. And then by December 15th, I think Rick Owens had officially said, you know what, screw it, we ain't doing it no more. We're tired of dealing with these vegans. And then they said a digital scrub. By that afternoon, the brand's eco-aware page was updated. So this is the day 5. The eco-aware page is updated, and mink and beaver fur handbags were immediately deleted from the online shop. Bro, so I think this is New York.
We have activists coordinated around the world pressuring y'all. It's simple. Just adopt a fur-free policy.
Pressure.
Stop exploiting mink. Stop exploiting beaver.
Is that what a mink looks like? I never knew it. Honestly, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if I don't know if I knew a mink was a real animal. I only know it for clothes. Put that mink on. I don't know what I thought that was, bro. Mink as an animal is crazy. What do minks eat? What do they do? Minks? Chinchilla. I think I knew that was an animal. I put this on my lower. My niece was 4 when she felt chinchilla. Whew, bars. Pusha T.
Coon, rabbits, dogs, so many animals.
Dogs? Hold on now. Now, I can tell you one thing. American white folk didn't know nothing about that. I promise you, they didn't know that people was using dogs for cloth. Because they're not playing about them dogs. I'm not either. But American whites don't play about them dogs, bro. So if y'all out there, these brands cooking up dog shoes, you know what I mean? Dog fur bras and all that, bro. Your smoke coming for you. I wouldn't do that.
Murdered needlessly. We will never compromise until you adopt the fur-free policy. If you're not...
All right, so this one I think is when they pulled up to the fashion show. Oh, I got to fast forward through that. Sometimes the Hebrew Israelites, they're activists too, to a degree, or maybe just pure activists, not to any degree. And they'll have images out on the corner of New York, and they'll show you like the brutality of slavery and the brutality of racism. And bro, some of them pictures, bro, it's like, I'm eating a taco right now, homie. I just can't look. I don't want to look at that. You know what I mean? And so they showing you images of these animals who just got skinned and fur, and it's like, I get it. That's horrible, and we need to stop that, but damn, I don't want to see that. And you mess around and get me jammed up on YouTube. They're going to think I did it. You know what I mean? Oh, so this is in the Rick Owens store. They applying pressure. They in the store. Could you imagine shopping and seeing one of these niggas come in here? I know security, like, what do I do? Do I get them out of here? Because you know they got the phones. You always going to be viral as hell, and you just security. You ain't even no real cop. So it's like, screw it. If I'm security, I'm letting them cook. Oh, they talking that talk. He said Mark Jacobs thought he was special. Condé Nast thought they were special, and we cooked them too. Okay. Rick Owens will be no different. She spoke it into existence, and she manifested that. That's real talk. I got to respect that.
Hi, we're here outside the Rick Owens store in Soho, New York.
Soho.
We are here protesting Rick's use of fur in fashion. It's completely outdated and completely unnecessary. And it's time for Rick Owens and all fur trading companies to declare a fur-free policy.
Honestly, man, I know that you never want to experience that while you're shopping. You know what I mean? And if you're a designer, you design something, you spent your hard-earned, your hard work into something, and somebody just pours blood on it or says it's invalid or get it out of here. I know that could be annoying. However, they're making good points, man. I'm sorry. I don't think we need to be killing raccoons, you know what I mean, to make a visor. And also, why would you need a furry visor, brother? Is it summer or is it winter? You know what I mean? You got to pick a season. All right, man. So those are the video. Y'all remember when Pharrell was speaking? Pharrell was speaking at something for Louis Vuitton. You know, he's a creative ambassador for Louis Vuitton if you've been under a rock somewhere. And when he was speaking, in the middle of his speech, a white girl came up and just started screaming. She was a fur fighter. And she just started screaming, hey, this ain't fair. What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And, you know, he handled it with grace, as Pharrell's always does. Most people would have been hot if you're in the middle of a speech that you're getting paid to do and you're really in the middle of your speech and somebody just cuts your flow off just screaming. And she wasn't trying to hear him. But from what I gathered from what he was saying is like, bro, I just got the job. You know what I mean? I just got here. There's thousands of employees here. They've been here way longer than me. Louis Vuitton has been here longer than me. I just got here. He was trying to say, and if you ask me, well, I'm paraphrasing here because I don't want to pull up the video. It's going to take too long, but just Google Pharrell and fur activist, whatever. But she came up and screaming, stop using fur, stop using fur. It could have been the CAFT people. I don't know. But he was pretty much saying, like, just give me some time. Like, can you imagine? It's like when you go to your job, bro, it's like you work at Chick-fil-A, you just started working there. You know what I mean? And now your homies like, bro, give me the fry, bro, give me some extra fry. You can't hook a nigga up with no deluxe cheese, bro, or no nuggets. And you like, damn, bro, it's my first week. You know what I mean? Like, let me see what the fuck going on in here first. Of course, I want to rock with you. Nigga, I'm going to throw you some nuggets, bro, but let me fill it out. I don't even know where the camera's at in here. You know what I mean? I don't know who the snitches are. I don't know who cooked the food. Like, let me vibe. So that's what I felt like he was saying to her. However, I don't think Louis Vuitton is banned fur. So I feel like it's still smoke coming their way, most likely. But anyway, here are the early pioneers. Calvin Klein, 1994, banned fur. Stella McCartney, 2001, banned fur. Ralph Lauren, 2006. Vivienne Westwood, 2007. Gucci in 2017. That was huge. That's the announcement that changed everything. Versace 2018. Now, Donatella Versace famously said, fur? I'm out of that. I don't want to kill animals to make fashion. It doesn't feel right. Now, this was in 2018. And this you can start feeling the shift. It's not necessary if you want to. You can still be $1 billion company without that. Burberry 2018 stopped using fur and also committed to stop burning unsold goods, which was ridiculous to begin with. Chanel in 2018 not only banned fur but also exotic skins, crocodile, lizard, snake. I'm not niggas in Detroit who wear suits will be upset about that, but I don't give it. I'm not a snake skin wearing ass dude. Now Prada went fur free in 2019, going into 2020. So it's that time, man. Some people think that Rick is conforming or that this is a strain on creative freedom. I don't think so. I think this is a smart move for Rick Owens. I think this is a good move. It's about damn time. And bro, let's just give the animals a little breather, bro. We ain't the only people living here. They've been here longer than us, damn near. Half of y'all say we came from them. So it's let's show some respect, bro. What if you get reincarnated into a beaver? You don't want me coming over there ripping off your wife's skin, bro, just to make a fur, some fur glasses. And how can you see in fur glasses? This is the type of shit I'm talking about, bro. Hopefully my camera got all this. I'm starting all back again. I'm comedian Joshua Black. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.